Yeah, the counter is moving. Yeah. Okay, so after we show the video, Haytham, can you be over there next to the light switches? I'll give you 30 seconds of silence so you articulate your thoughts and then you tell me what you think of this video. Here is the first one. Ready, set, go. It doesn't matter the sound. Okay, let me run the video one more time. Look carefully يا شباب to the video. I'm helping you Arawan in your quizzes. Where is my ice cream? طيب, turn the light on, Haytham, please. Then, turn the light on, then 30 seconds. I want to get complete silence for a few seconds. Complete silence. Think carefully of the video. Try to articulate your thoughts and let me know what you think. Okay, raise up your hand if you would like to share any comments. Let me start with Hidayah and I'll try to take one on one.
Actually, right before she starts, so the criteria is something you has to be unique. So if you come up with something and you say it first, don't just repeat what the other person has said before. So if you come up with something unique, something like insightful, something deep, or something funny, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There are some points for something to be humorous, something to be deep thought, something to be kind of new.
Obviously, this is a very objective measure, which is my...
That's fine, I can choose your friends. Same here, Yana. Yalla, Hidayah.
I'm gonna say that she wanted to sleep, but that didn't stop her from trying to eat her ice cream. Like, she kept trying to eat it, like, but she was asleep, like, yeah.
But this is something we could all see. No, we want to make sure that the khatira is deeper, ya Hidayah. Yes, we want to get something that moves the hearts of the people. His hand was first.
So it kind of reminded me how the ayah and Ali Imran, even if they're on their sides, they still remember the words of Allah. Kind of reminded me of that, even when she was sleeping. The ayah when...
What is an Ali Imran?
I forgot the ayah, but I can tell you the translation. Yes, that one. Yes, so even when she was trying to sleep, when she was falling asleep, she still kept on trying her best to eat the ice cream.
Very beautiful, Elias. So he says, the same way this girl, she was getting sleepy, but she didn't want to leave her ice cream. There are some people who are sleepy, but they don't want to leave doing Qiyamul Layl in front of Allah, because to them, Qiyamul Layl is better. Who was the second hand over here? Amira.
I feel like some people could relate if, like, you're trying to wake up for Fajr, but she didn't stop trying to wake up. Oh my God. She didn't stop trying to wake up for Fajr. Well, the ice cream I feel like I could relate with Salah, and she was sleepy, but she was trying to get to Salah. She was still trying to eat her ice cream.
Barakallah fiki. Let's get back over here to Muhammad.
I feel like the way that she was like falling asleep and trying to eat the ice cream is like trying to memorize Quran but keep forgetting it every day.
Barakallah feek. Let me go all the way back to Juwairiya. I'm taking one from the boys, one from the girls.
gonna say, like, when your mom's telling you to go do something but you don't want to do it, so then you're laying in bed, you know, you're on your phone, and then you're like trying to go do it, and you're telling yourself, let me go do it, and then you're like, nah, I'm good, you know. So you're like,
Okay. And see, whatever your mom tells you to do is like eating the ice cream. It is whenever your mom says, Juwaria, go wash the dishes, it is like eating the ice cream. طيب تيسير.
Okay. Okay. So she was sleeping, but because she's very strong, and she kept eating the ice cream the same way. If your iman is very strong, you will keep doing something even if you're no matter what happens to you, you wanna keep doing the right thing.
بارك الله فيك. We want to get the shabab new stuff.
Okay, so my science teacher said that you can't multitask, and I tried to prove him wrong because I eat while I do my homework, but then I never get my homework done. So this proves his point.
So you can be multitasking while you're doing your homework. You can be annoying Yasmin and Sarah at the same time, correct? Being multitasking. Okay, Ahmed.
I think it's the opposite. I think because it's like the ice cream is Iman and the girl is the people, and I think her, because of her Iman, she wasn't strong. Because it was not strong, she couldn't get the ice cream.
Okay. So let me get one more from the girls, one more from the boys, because we have a lot of videos to share today.
Okay, so this is let's just say I'm kind of like the little girl. Usually, when someone's waking me up to go, maybe to Tamkeen or to school or something, and school or Tamkeen or something like that is the ice cream, and I'm just
But you're sleeping.
yeah.
If this is how it happens while waking you up, Yasmin, what about waking Diya up? We need a miracle to wake Diya up. What is Diya? What is Diya?
This video, in fact, reminds me of the human struggle, because it's very pertinent. If we can compare ice cream and generalize it to worldly pleasures, not just ice cream and food, we can also we can compare it to video games or electronics and so on and so forth. For example, I usually sleep after 12 a.m. because I'm on my laptop and playing games. Similarly, her mind is so focused on ice cream and on the pleasure of eating ice cream that she recklessly doesn't sleep.
Barakallah. Hi, Shabab. For this video, let me just mention one comment. We have a lot of things. You should deduct some points because she insists on A. She already got the chance and she insists, so you may think of taking points out. Whenever I saw this video, Shabab, something really came to my mind. So this girl, she was kind of ending her day, but she does not want to leave the pleasure of the ice cream. She's sleeping. Maybe it is the end of the day. It is late night. The end of the day, but she does not want to leave the pleasure of eating ice cream. I look to people who are maybe in my age or older or whatever, and who are about to end their whole life, but at the same time they don't want to leave the pleasures of dunya. You find someone as he gets older, maybe if someone is still a kid, they want to have fun, they want to play. But it feels weird to me, to some people who are really old. Their life is about to end. The same way the day for this girl is about to end. But they don't want to leave the worldly life. They want to keep enjoying their life till the last minute and forget the hereafter. This is how they look to me. They are old. They cannot do much, but they are still, till the last breath, they are trying to eat the ice cream. This is what came to my mind. How many points are you going to give me another for this? 0? Okay. No, for the overall. Yeah. Type. Here is a picture, ya shabab. Which one? Let me start with this one. Look carefully, ya shabab, to this picture. It's just a picture, and I'm gonna let you watch the picture. Can you turn the light off, ya Haytham? I'm gonna let you watch the picture for 30 seconds. Then I wanna get your thoughts. You should be silent. Just watch the picture. Get your thoughts and let me know what you think. Okay, turn the light on, please, Haytham. Okay, let me get started by.
Okay.
And then Muhammad,
Okay. So if you see here is the mom, and here's his son.
This is the mom. This is the son.
Yeah. And then if you see the mom is not wearing nothing.
Yeah.
But the son is wearing, I think, her mom's slippers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
clear, the slipper belongs to the mom because of the size.
Yeah, so like subhanAllah, the mom wants her son to be the best. She wants her son not to be harmed. She would rather the moms would rather she would harm but not her son.
Barakallah feek. Let's get from the girls. I'm trying just to get new faces as we go.
I mean,
Habiba.
So like mine was like Allah gives us like everything we need, right? And so what I was thinking is that like the least we can do is always like be grateful and stuff.
Be grateful to your mom, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And wash the dishes for her every now and then. Don't do like Juwairiya. Whenever her mom says, wash the dishes, ya Juwairiya, she's like, sleep, yeah, okay? Don't do like Juwairiya.
Jalal, what he said is really Jameel. Something better than that.
So I thought of a hadith. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. We should love for our brother what we want for ourselves. So how this person is giving the person the shoe.
Barakallah fik ya Muhammad. But this is not only a person giving to a person. You can see that from the size of the slipper does not belong to that person or even to his friend. Let's see Maryamu.
So, like if you look around, the other people around them are wearing shoes, and they're wearing like, all different types of shoes, and then they're probably like worrying about their own problems for that day, and they're like the least thing you think of that day is like the least thing you think of every day, like when you wake up, is like, oh, like I'm thankful for my shoes. But like that mom, okay, wait, why does her son not have shoes?
Ask her.
Like yani, like I don't know. Never mind. Okay, so like what? What? Oh, poverty. Sorry. Okay. But like the mom, like people. Okay, basically, some people are more fortunate than others, but we don't think of what we have, or we're not grateful for what we have until we lose it, and so like that's like kind of Like,
so you left the picture, ya Maryamu, and you're focusing on the shoes of that man.
Yeah.
What is the brand of these shoes, correct?
not the brand.
Wallahi ya Maryamu, this is very good. You Shabab, every single one of you, I think you all have shoes most of the time. But have you ever been grateful that we have shoes? Have you been grateful first to Allah that you got shoes? There are some people who do not have shoes, really. Type, who did not talk from the boys before? I want to get new faces from the boys. Yeah? Yeah, we will see. Type, not from the boys' side. Type, let's take Ilyas. I'm going to come to you next time, inshallah.
Okay, so
Unless you want to be considered among the boys.
first, when I saw this picture, I really didn't know that that she was his mom, what I looked and I observed.
I didn't check her ID as well, but this is how it looks like.
Okay. I looked at it at a different perspective. What I saw, I thought, وَتَحْسَبُونَهُ شَرٌّ لَكُمْ وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. Like I was thinking, if the boy was not her son, he's gonna say, "Oh my God, I have to deal with these large sandals, hard to control." And then right next to him, there's a person who does not have shoes, and yet their feet are being burned by the hot ground.
Barakallah feek. Amina.
Okay, so some people might look at the boy, if the mother wasn't around, they might have looked at the boy and they would blame his parents for not getting him the appropriate shoes, but they wouldn't know that what the mother is going through. She doesn't even have any shoes, and she gave up her own shoes for her kid. So we should always, some people, so because you might think that, look at this boy, he's not wearing appropriate shoes and he's so funny or whatever, but you don't know what he's going through or his parents are going through.
Barakallahu feekum. So let me mention something, so let me get Maryam, and then we can move on to something else. Yes, Maryam.
So the boy reminds me of like when your parents tell you to like take out the trash. So you put on like any random slippers, and then you go outside. So like you don't actually like take the time to like look for your shoe. You just put on some random like big shoes or small shoes to like take out the trash.
Okay. This is what happens when someone asks you to pick up the trash. Yes, Amira.
I think I sort of thought of it as if Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet, passed the shoes is the deen, and he passed on the religion to us. He expects us not to break the religion or like break the shoes, break the religion. He expects us to be thankful that we have the right religion. We were born with we were blessed being Muslim. We were blessed having shoes.
Barakallah feek. This is great thought. However, giving the analogy, the deen is the shoes, maybe out of context a little bit, but I can understand. Taba Shabab, here is what I say, and then please look at yourself, and if whatever I'm gonna say applies to you, make sure that you change yourself. I would imagine that boy complaining and fussing at his parents. I need a shoe. I need a shoe that is of my size. I need one that is brand name like other people. And he does not understand that even if his parents were not able to bring him the best, they gave him the best they have. Keep this in mind. This is Wallahi Shabab, this is your parents. They would be willing to give you anything, even if they are in need. And sometimes, as probably Elias mentioned, the boy may not be thankful to his parents. He keeps fussing. No, but I need a better phone. All my friends have a better phone. Why don't you give me a better phone? He does not understand that maybe his parents themselves, they do not have a phone on their own. Then keep this in mind and appreciate what your mom and dad are doing. And also what Amina mentioned, if someone just hides this part of the picture, we can blame his mom and dad. Why aren't you giving a good shoes to your son? But once you see the entire picture, you change your mind. You understand that the mom did her best. Right, let me move to another one that may be along the same line, then we switch. طيب Haytham, turn the light off. I don't know how. Turn the light off so I can get kind of started from the beginning. Look, and I'm going to start it again. It's starting again right now, okay? Again, it's gonna be started again. Make sure that you look deeply to this video. Here is a man. He got a son. So the man is on the right, his son is on the left. He's sending his son to school. His son is getting bigger. That son does not look like he's well behaved. Dad is getting older, and I think you can follow the rest of the video. Now, the child became older and started to understand, but maybe it was too late. Okay, turn the light on, and let's wait for a few seconds. Think deeply of this picture, ya shabab. Who wanna get started? Okay.
This reminded me because when your parents take care of you when you're young, they work hard on you, they get you what you want. But then when you grow up, your parents also grow up too, and you have to take care of them like how they take care of you when you were a kid.
Barakallah feek. Abdullah and Abdul Rahman, which one wanna go first? Yalla, Abdul Rahman.
So you can see the man, he's like caring for his son, he wants him to have a good education. But then his son is growing up and he hates him, he hates his father, he's annoyed from him.
Yeah, it's like he started to think this is an annoying father. Oh, every time he tells me do this, do this, do this, don't do that.
But then when his father grows up and then he dies, he realizes that his father was really kind to him.
Barakallah. Then Abdullah, you can go next. Then I'm going to go to the girl's side.
This reminds me of how when you're born, Allah already gives you eyes and noses, and nose to smell, eyes to see, and mouth to eat. And then Allah teaches you everything since you're little. You keep learning and learning. And then later in life, when things go bad, you'll always say, oh Allah, why did you do this? Oh Allah. And you don't remember any of the good things that ever happened to you. One bad thing makes you forget all the other good things.
Barakallah feek.
Hidayah.
Okay, so when that kid was young, the dad loved this kid, and like he took care of him. Don't forget your bag. He like all of that. And then when he grew older, the kid started screaming at her dad, and because like he wanted to go out with his friends or something, and the dad said like no, and they're like the parents are overprotective over the son, and the son got really mad at that. And he just left, And when he came back to visit his dad in old, he realized that all the mistakes and all the screaming that made his dad sick, and all, like, when you frustrate your parents and all of that, they make them sick. And he just died from the child mistake.
From the boys and come back, inshallah. And priority to new faces. Yalla, they see it?
Okay. So the dad was treating his when he was small, when the kid was small, he was treating him very good, all that stuff. And then he wanted the best for his son, so he took him to school. And then
But the son, when he got older,
what?
Yeah, good wife.
Okay, and then when he comes back from school, like the kid is like has a lot of like a pressure stuff like that. So that you saw like how the dad took off the backpack from his son's back. When he took it off, he probably it meant like he took off like all the bad stuff from him. Like he made him feel better. And then when he grew older, he did not do the same way that his dad treated him. He started like doing bad stuff and all that stuff to his dad, and then at the end the kid regret what he have done to his dad. That's why we always have to say. That's why like,
you have to take care of your parents before it is too late.
And how do you
and the quick they see on the line, yeah.
بارك الله فيك. ها.
I was thinking that when we're little, we don't really realize how much our parents cared for us and raised us in the best way possible. And then when we get older, all we do is complain and not be grateful to our parents. And then later, when we get older and when our parents pass away, then you realize how much they meant to you.
بارك الله فيك يا مريم. Let me take Habiba. And then inshallah, Habiba.
Okay, so what I was gonna say is, so basically, since the day you're born, your parents always cared for you and loved you, and if you haven't noticed, that love and that is not gonna die out, or they're always gonna love you till the day they die, and us, we just don't we always get our heads stuck on the dunya and how the modern stuff, and we want to be like them, and we want to change to be the normal, and we don't care about what actually what's important, and then you're gonna have your own kids and you're gonna have a family of your own, and then you're gonna see how it's repeating, and so it makes you feel.
Oh, wait till you get your turn. If you don't get your turn, then inshallah in the following video. Yes, please.
Allah gives you everything, but He can also take away anything at any time, and you don't know how long you have with people in your life and with your parents and everyone. And so you should appreciate what you have when you have it before it's too late, and before He takes it away and it's gone and you don't have that anymore.
May Allah reward you the best for having patience. May Allah. طيب يا شباب, let me mention a couple of things because I have other videos I want to show. Couple of points. The first one يا شباب, every time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says worship Allah, many times worship Allah and take care of your parents. وَاعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. So worship Allah, do not associate partners with Allah, and take care of your parents. Many times in the Quran, it is as if, ya shabab, I'm coming back to the khatara of Abdullah, where he says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you the body, Allah gives you the life, Allah gives you the eyesight, Allah gives you the ability to hear. And whenever you get older, you start questioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which was great khatira. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever Allah says, وَاعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا, worship Allah and then take care of your parents, because you have an example in front of you, shabab. If you do not understand how your parents are giving you everything, and they are not expecting anything back from you, then whenever you grow older, you start being mean to them and say, no, they are old generation, I understand better than them. If you are in this situation, understand that you will not be grateful to Allah who gave you everything. If you want to be grateful to Allah, you want to start by being grateful to your parents. This is an example. Now I understand, parents give me a lot of things. I have to appreciate what parents have done to me. If you do this, you are ready for the next step. I understand what Allah has given to me, so I need to appreciate what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to me. This is point number one. The second point, if you see in the video, it was a baby. When the baby grew up, it started to be kind of arguing with his dad. But as that boy grew older and older and older, he started to realize the value of his dad. This is what Allah says in the Quran. Allah says in the Quran, حتى إذا بلغ أشده وبلغ 40 سنة قال, till he reaches his strength, until he reaches the age of 40, he would say, رب أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي. Oh Allah, give me the ability to thank the blessings you gave to me and to my parents. Maybe ya shabab, at this age, you think that your parents are coming from an old generation. Maybe you think that you understand better than your parents. Maybe you think, no, I can take my decision without the help of my parents. We have all done this at some point in our time. And as we got older, and as we started being fathers, we understood what our parents were doing to us, and we started to do exactly the same thing. And whatever mistakes we were trying to hide from our parents, we figured out they know everything about us, but they just decided not to talk. Same thing, if you're doing something wrong, and you believe you're doing it from behind your dad's back, and your dad does not know, this may not be the truth. They just decided not to talk. Even in Tamkeen, whenever we go somewhere, or we do something, or we go camping, and some of the boys assume that I'm asleep, and they try to do something wrong, if I do not speak up, it doesn't mean that I do not know. Which means, ya shabab, as you get older, you will understand the value of your parents. The smartness, as Ishal said, you want to make sure you are not too late. You appreciate what Allah has given to you before it is too late. You take care of your parents before it is too late. You take care of your parents, it is a reward that you will never imagine. You want everyone go to Juwairiya and say, Juwairiya, this is the opportunity for you, Juwairiya, to wash the dishes for your mom. Whenever you are 40 years old, ya Juwairiya, you are gonna regret every single meal that you did not wash the dishes for your mom. Do it before you are 40 years old. And being 40 years old is not far away from you. I was in your age yesterday. Now I'm older than you by 1 day. Done. Here is one beautiful picture. Think deeply of this picture, please. Turn the lights off, Haytham, please. Let me see, what are the thoughts and who is gonna get closer to whatever going in my mind for this picture. Do not read are you reading the comments? I didn't read the comments on the picture, by the way. I just see the picture and something. I'm not responsible for any comments on, on the side. Okay, turn the light on, Haytham, please. Again, wallahi shabab, yani for those who do not answer the quiz, they are missing a lot. And those who do not read the answers of other people, they are missing a lot. And if you need an account, let Layla know. Who wanna get started with this picture? Let's start with Kareem. There was big here.
Okay, so I think we can agree that those are unfertilized eggs, right? You think so?
Not check that.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. They were probably refrigerated. They're probably dead. So my point. Okay. So my point is, I feel like every single person is born with like they have the chance to be Muslim, right? So these eggs, they were the mother laid them, right? And they could have been alive if they were fertilized or something like that, right? And the cat is, so I would think it's representing Allah trying to, no? Yes, but not Allah, but like, no, but, yeah. Parents, I think I can switch it with parents. Okay, so the cat is the parent, right? And the parent is like trying to facilitate, like trying to help.
This is not the point here, Kareem. Usually this is not the right position for the cat. If you tell me there's a chicken over here, that makes sense.
Like maybe a foster
foster child.
Think of it again. Maybe, but this is not what you said. Right, let's take Ishal that I see. And then we're going to come to Yasmin, inshallah.
So Allah gives you whatever, and sometimes you might not understand why He's putting you in these positions or why He's giving you these things, but He knows better than you do. So you should just like go with it and like appreciate what He's doing for you, even if you don't understand why He's doing it.
Layla, can you make sure she has an account for the system today so she can answer our quizzes on a weekly basis? We would love to hear her answers every week. So make sure she gets an account on the Tamkeen website.
The cat is kafir and the eggs.
The cat is what?
Kafir.
Kafir?
And the eggs are Muslims and the cat loves to step on Muslims.
No. Actually, once you said this yet here, I thought that you were heading in a different direction. You told me that if the cat is the kafir,
okay,
whatever the cat is trying to do out of deeds that may look like good deeds, it will never be productive. Did you get my point? Because if the kafir is feeding poor, if the kafir is being nice to people, he's going to get his reward in dunya, but he cannot take reward in the hereafter because it was not for the sake of Allah. It is the kafir by doing good deeds without believing in Allah, as if a cat is laying on top of the eggs expecting something to come out of the shells. This is what I thought you will be heading in this direction. Yasmin.
Okay, so, I mean, we already know that the cat's intention obviously wasn't to make eggs hatch because, like, he's just gonna sit on it if he can. But, like, people may assume that, but I guess, like, this is trying to tell us that, like, maybe this has to do with our parents and then we're the eggs or whatever, and you may think that they don't care about you or something, but they actually worked really hard to make you better because clearly this cat is trying really hard.
Good. I'll give it to Mariam and then I'm going to come to the front. Mariam.
What are the marks on the eggs for?
Huh?
What are the marks on the eggs for?
I have no idea. Maybe from the cat, I don't know.
Are they like those that differentiate between Muslims and kafir eggs?
I just see the picture that's here. Where you see the picture?
Stand. Picture?
Hi. I'll take Hidayah, then I'm gonna get from the boys, then I'm gonna switch.
So I have no idea why the cat is on the eggs. Okay. So I'm just gonna be talking about the eggs right now, and like the cat's not there. So there's eggs on the thingy, the cardboard thingy, and there's some eggs missing. And it's just like there's some people alive and some people are dead, and like everyone has a chance to.
So why the cat in the picture? If people are alive and people are dead, why you forgot the cat?
I forgot. Yeah, the cat is not in the picture. Like it's like I don't know why the cat is in there.
What about the cat?
And the cat can go somewhere else.
Okay.
Right, let's get a couple of opinions from the boys' side. You got the chance. Let's get other people, inshallah. So let's get here. Those three, then I'm gonna come.
This reminds me of how whenever the human accomplishes something, they think that they did it all by themselves, and it was all their effort. But in the truth, like how the cat maybe thinks that it's the one that brought the eggs, but it was actually like chicken. Like the same way, humans think that I did all this because of my effort, but in reality, it's because of Allah or your parents or like someone else.
Yes.
So. This picture reminded me how Shaitan comes to you in desperate moments, and then he kind of like gives you an option out, makes it look nice and juicy and good and all halal. But when you open that door and go through that, he's gonna start. Then you're gonna go into. You're thinking you're doing what's right, but you're actually falling into an evil trap.
So this is a representation of a selfless act from the cat. Okay, I feel like the cat is going way beyond her job, like the description says that, and she is trying to, or he I guess, is trying to help the eggs. Although it's useless, but the cat is doing its best to help others. Also, I like that comment of Ahmed Yahya. He says that like in Egypt, the situation is so horrible that everybody needs to help each other.
Yeah. You can study anything, but then you end up working in anything. Let's get the last one over here, because I have one more picture I want to show.
Okay, so to me it kind of looks like all the other eggs are bad, and the cat is sitting on all the good eggs because he doesn't want anybody to take them, and he wants them all for himself. But if he's sitting on the eggs, he can't eat them at the same time, so that kind of reminds me, I don't remember exactly what it was like, hadith I think or something, it was like man naqasa min sadaqa or something like that. So I'm thinking if he got off the eggs, maybe some people would take them, but he would also get some because he's not on them.
Mariam, the last one.
Okay, so everyone's like paying attention to the eggs and the cat, but then there's also like a KitchenAid mixer over there. And so it's kind of like how like in this dunya we'll all like concentrate towards one thing and we'll forget about what's really like you know, like the cat could be concentrating on the mixer and like turn it on and like, you know, like play with the mixer. But like he's playing with the eggs, which are like inanimate and they won't do anything. The mixer's inanimate too, but like it moves, so he could be playing with that, but it's like we'll be preoccupied with something that we won't think of something that could benefit us more, like, you know?
So let me tell you my own thoughts, and let me see how many of you are going to be frustrated with my thoughts. But really, whenever I see this picture, for sure the cat is not doing her job. It is doing something else job. So this is exactly what comes to my mind whenever some of the girls tell me, no, I'm going to work and make my money, I'm going to ask my husband to clean up in the house. This is what comes to my mind. We are going to be working outside, making our careers, making money, and then our husband, they're going to get the job of raising up the kids, washing the dishes. This is what comes to me. You are going to be asking your husbands to sit on the eggs. Okay, so there is one thing. One of the books that I read when I was young, there was a sheikh in Egypt. His name is Sheikh Sha'rawi. And he has a book in the explanation of Quran. And on the first page, he wrote on the first page, and listen to this, and if you can memorize this sentence, that will be great. He wrote on the first page, الكون كله نعمة ومنعم عليه. The entire universe, it is a blessing and someone was blessed. It is a blessing and someone or some people are being blessed by that. وأعظم نعم الله على الإنسان, and the best blessing of Allah to the human being, أن يتبع الإنسان ما خلق له, that the person would follow what he has been created for. Which means, you understand, if Allah created me to be Khalifa on earth, then I have to follow whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created me to do. If our young ladies understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put us in a job where we are responsible for raising generations, we want to make sure that we understand the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us and do whatever we are supposed to do. And this is something you need to figure out. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created me. Do not be like this cat doing a job. That is not the job of the cat. Type, last one, last picture. And this picture, it may open. Actually, I have a lot of good pictures, but maybe other time. But this one is kind of important. Have you seen this picture before? Yes or no? But let me show you actually the two pictures. Side by Can you see the two pictures? Can you turn the light off for a few seconds, Haytham? Okay, please turn the light on, Haytham, and let's see what people think of this picture. Who wanna get started? طيب, let's get started with Rawan. First participation for the day.
Okay, so I relate to this because...
Listen, ya shabab, this is very important topic, and actually I'm showing this picture because this picture is gonna open the door for me to address and open your heart question. Okay? Please, Rawan.
So the first picture, you see the first girl not shaking hands with the man, telling him that, oh, I can't shake hands because of my religion. And the second picture, the second girl saw the first girl, so it motivated her to do the same. And this reminds me of one time.
Yeah, keep going.
And then it reminded me of the time when I had to, during my ceremony, I had to shake hands with two guys, and I had to I didn't tell them beforehand. So I was too worried to not shake their hands. But then I remember seeing on Instagram one of my friends not shaking hands with their man, and so that kind of encouraged me not to. So I told them not to, and one of them felt offended, and then I had to explain it to them. So now they know, and this is our first in my high school. It's the first graduation for the seniors. So until in my head, okay, for in the future, now the principal knows.
Instead of shaking hands.
In the future, the principal knows. Okay, no, Muslim girls should not shake hands.
Barakallah feek, Rawan. Yeah, give it to Yasmin.
Well, it's kind of like yours, but I don't think the girl is the one that learned the lesson. I'm pretty sure that the man was, because the first time he drilled it here, where she wouldn't shake hands with her teacher at her graduation, but instead of people praising her for it, they were kind of against her for it. They were criticizing her they were saying it's disrespectful and it's just a handshake, you're not going to go to hellfire for it and whatever. And so it was really annoying how people okay, that was my first thought. Second thought, if you look closely, there's a Muslim girl before her in the second picture. Yeah. And so if the man had went to shake hands with that girl in the first place, then it means the Muslim girl before her had shaken hands with him.
Which means that there was maybe a Muslim girl at the beginning.
Yeah, she's right there. You can see half of her face. Yeah, so she shook hands with him.
But this one, the one she said no.
Yeah.
She didn't want to shake the hand. And the man learned that, I should not be shaking hands with Muslim women. So he started to do this with the third Muslim girl.
And there's a Muslim girl after, so it's kind of that girl saved all of them.
Okay, barakallah. Let's get Lamiz. Yes, Lamiz.
So I think it would be because it's really easy to forget the little important things being kind to your parents and Islam and all that stuff. So it's hard it's sometimes any little person can just get you off track very fast. So going with what Mariam said, it's that girl before her, she might have shook the hand. And so, but that girl in the first picture, clearly she didn't. So it's maybe it's just it's if you're looking up to somebody and you're seeing okay, they're doing this and I know this is the right thing and I forgot about that. So I'll do that too because, yeah.
Barakallahu feeki. Maryamu. Then I'm going to come after Maryamu coming to the boys' side.
I think this
Well,
is
we want to
kind
hear
of
the
similar.
girls' opinion.
I think this is kind of similar to what Lemi said, but the girl, she started off the not shaking his hand. So if the girl that shook his hand before that girl, she probably would have done the same thing she did if she was before. But
But she did not.
no. Yeah, but the girl she was a role model to the rest of the girls, and even if none of the other girls did, she
Is
did
this
it.
a bad girl?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
This, but yeah, she started that off, and yeah.
Okay. Yusra?
I want
I'm coming, mashallah. I'm getting more hands from this side. We'll take them, inshallah.
I want to add on to what Maryam said. Maybe the girl before who they said like what shook hands, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala judges people based on their intentions, and He does judge them on their actions, but you never know. Maybe that girl had a very good intention, but she wasn't strong enough to like do it or something like that. Like, cause you never know people's intention and what's in their heart. So, yeah.
بارك الله فيك. هداية حبيبة إن شاء الله.
Okay, so, this like what reminds me of this is a test from Allah, and so Allah's testing a girl. Is she gonna shake the hand of this man? And then the other side, there's the shaitan who's telling her, "Oh, go ahead. It's not a big deal." So, and then the girl refused. So she listened to Allah, and like she did the test. And then another thing is what's it? Oh yeah. So like in like okay, I don't know.
Okay, barakallahu feek. Promise inshallah last girl, then we're gonna come to the boys, because actually this is not a girl's problem, because you know what happened to Diya can happen to all of you. Looks like you wish. You want to be on the camera? Yes or no?
No. Okay, I was gonna say it's really important to be a leader and not a follower, and for you guys to understand that we live in a time المستمسك على دينك المستمسك على جمرة من النار. Holding on to your deen is like holding on to a hot coal. So you guys need to understand that you need to take the lead, and everybody else, you're setting the ground for everybody else that comes after you. So also keep in mind that this picture, they didn't only they didn't only teach this dude that we don't shake hands, but everybody else. Now we're looking at it and we're learning, or anybody else that goes on this website is also going to understand that we don't shake hands. So stand for your values and don't compromise on them.
Barakallahu feek, Habiba. Now let's go to the boys. What are you going to do if you are in the situation of Diya?
Okay, so when I saw the picture, I made an analogy, not the best analogy, but a analogy. So at first, when he was reaching to shake her hand, it kind of reminded me when you do something bad or a sin, right? And then in the next photo, when he learned from that mistake that he's not supposed to do it, he just kept his hand to himself. So I kind of made an analogy about when you learn about a mistake, something like that.
Barakallahu feek.
This video reminds you of how doing the right thing could get you in like an awkward situation, like praying in public or doing the right thing. And if you do that thing, yes, people might accept you and it might be easier for you, but then Allah won't be happy with you, and Allah being happy with you is the most important thing.
These pictures show the commitment that the women have. Even though they're about to shake the hands of the Prince of England, they still held back.
I think it describes the power of influence, because if the first girl that didn't shake his hand, if she did, the other girl would have shaken his hand, because when you see another person does the same thing, you would want to do the same thing. And there was a video where someone got a group of people and then got he set up something, and then the last person was random. And then he made everyone choose the same answer, even though it was wrong. And then the last person chose the same answer.
Barakallahu feek. طيب, this Shabab topic is very kind, very important, very sensitive. There was a question, and we want to make sure that we address this topic the right way. And there was a question that came through, open your heart. What I'm going to do right now, just for the sake of time, inshallah, I'm going to ask someone to read the question. And this question, I gave some kind of for Amina as a research topic to look it up and give me some opinion, give me something. So maybe at one point in time, we're going to ask Amina to comment what is the findings of her research. Then I'm going to, inshallah, maybe after we come for Salatul Asr, I'm going to be addressing this topic, discussing is it really halal or haram to shake the hand of the opposite gender? Is it halal or is it haram? What have the scholars said in this topic? And as usual, I promise you to say all the opinions, all the credible opinions, then we give you the recommendation and what to do in your life. So this kind of, as I said, I want to make sure I give it the right time. So I'm going to defer my answer, inshallah, to once we come back from activities and after food and praying Asr, inshallah, or whatever. But just for now, to keep the question in your mind, we are just going to read the question now, because the question is big. And the question is touching on a lot of topics. Can you read the question, Ya Maryamu?
Okay, so a few people and I watched this video that was posted on Instagram captioned, "When you're super Muslim." The video showed a Muslim girl during her high school graduation going in a line with everyone else to shake her teacher's hand. She put her hand on her chest when she reached her male teacher to still show respect and say that she can't shake his hand. Now, clearly from this, we already know that you cannot. Oh God, where is it? You cannot. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. That you cannot touch someone that isn't your mahram. I decided to read the comments and I didn't know what to say. People were saying how disrespectful it is and it's not haram because it's just a handshake. Some people say that it's an opinion to do it when it's clearly not. It reminds me so much of how so many Muslim girls say that hijab isn't mandatory and are getting brainwashed to do more haram, thinking it's okay.
So now they are touching on another topic. Now we shifted this question so far in touching three topics. Shaking the hand is one topic. The comments on the videos were another topic. People are doing comments and giving fatwa in comments on the video. The third one, hijab, is it fard or not fard? Keep going, Maryam.
One person even commented that we all have sins, so it doesn't matter if that girl shakes his hand or not.
We already have sins. You are coming and talking about only shaking a hand, man. We do much worse. This is also another problem that we need to address in the question. Keep going.
This really makes me question society so much, and it's only a fraction of what our Muslim Ummah has been brainwashed with. The comments were also talking about how the girl behind her was also wearing hijab but shook his hand. The girl might be on a different religious path, and it really is hard not shake hands in front of everyone at a graduation, which
so now we
shows.
are talking about the girl at the beginning of the line that shook hands with the prince. Yeah.
Which shows how strong the first girl's iman is. I submitted this because I feel we should discuss it, especially when most of us are in public school, and how easily someone's iman can fade away. I've seen it multiple times.
Barakallah. طيب يا شباب, we're gonna just make dua and we're gonna inshallah continue this question inshallah in the afternoon. اللهم إنا نسألك بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك أو أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن الكريم ربيع قلوبنا ونور صدورنا وجلاء همومنا وأحزاننا. اللهم علمنا منه ما جهلنا وذكرنا منه ما نسينا وارزقنا تلاوته آناء الليل وأطراف النهار على الوجه الذي يرضيك عنا. اللهم اجعلنا مجتمعين على كلامك متحابين في جلالك وظلنا بظل عرشك يوم لا ظل إلا ظلك. واغفر اللهم للمسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك يا ربنا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. طب شباب, for the activities today inshallah, by the way, I was planning also to discuss few topics with you today, but looks like we ran out of time. Let's see how it goes inshallah later on. For today inshallah, right now ya shabab, we are going to pray the